You are listening to and streaming A More Perfect Union on KBLA Talk 1580. I'm Dr. Nii-Quartelai Quartey, and really delighted to welcome back my friend Al Reynolds. He is one of our favorite pop culture contributors, along with Issac Wilson, who is a Democratic strategist and former South Carolina Democratic Party chair. Welcome, gents.
Hey, welcome, Isaac.
Welcome. Nice to see you, my guy.
Absolutely, Dr. Nii-Quartelai. You know, it's always a pleasure to have these talks with you on Wednesday. And look at you. Okay.
I knew who was going to be here, so I said I have to break it out because last time you came, Sunday ready.
Right, exactly. This time I'm coming Hawaii ready.
Okay, that's all right. Well, let me tell you something. Kamala Harris, she ain't ready. Kamala Harris making some news today saying that she is not running for California governor. The LA Times reporting that after months of speculation about her political future, the former vice president ruled out one option, that's becoming the next governor, or at least running to be the next governor of California. She said that she will not enter the 2026 race to replace Governor Gavin Newsom. She also didn't say what she plans to do next, but her choice is the clearest sign yet that she may still be considering a third run for president. The former vice president saying, quote, "I love this state, its people, and its promise. It's my home. But after deep reflection, I've decided that I will not run for governor in this election. For now, my leadership and public service will not be in elected office. I look forward to getting back out and listening to the American people, helping elect Democrats across the nation who will fight fearlessly, and sharing more details in the months ahead about my own plans." Isaac, I want to go to you first because so many Democrats aspiring to be president, they make their pilgrimage to your state, South Carolina. It's among the first that they visit to gain some traction. What do you make of her announcement? And do you think that she's more inclined than ever to make a third go for the presidency?
I think Kamala is in a place where she is saying, I'm going to make America pretty much love me and see that I was the candidate that they should have chose in 2024. So I like it. I say, girl, come on and bring the heat, bring your smartness, bring your leadership. That a lot of people thought that she didn't show in 2 or 3 months, although I disagree. I think it came through with shining colors, but to have more time to do it, oh man, yeah, come on and bring it. And I think she's made the right choice. Let America see that a woman can lead, that a Black woman can lead, and that she's the woman to do it.
Al Reynolds, I've got to ask you, if you are working for Governor Wes Moore or former Secretary Pete Buttigieg or Governor Andy Beshear of Kentucky or Governor Gavin Newsom, what might you make of this announcement today?
Listen, I have to agree with Isaac. I mean, he hit the nail on the head. Listen, Kamala stepping back from the California governor race isn't a shock. Okay, she has some great advisors. I need everyone to understand this is not a letdown. It's a strategic repositioning. Okay, let's be real. Once you've been the vice president of the United States of America, being governor feels like a demotion, not a pivot, okay? This isn't about California. This is about a chessboard of American politics, and Kamala is no pawn. You got to understand, Kamala Harris is the first woman, the first Black person, the first Asian, okay, hold on, let me get it right, South Asian American to serve as vice president. And she has one of the highest, approval ratings among millennials and Gen Z voters of any U.S. leader, okay, including your current sitting president. So don't get it twisted. She's not fading. I see this as a strategic recalibrating because she knows now what it's going to take for her to get that White House seat.
Isaac, I want to ask you about the state of the race. This has shaken up the race for California governor. A lot of folks were just sort of waiting for what they thought could be, her inevitable announcement that she would run for governor. This is a wide open race. You have folks like former Los Angeles Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa, former U.S. Representative Katie Porter, former Health and Human Services Secretary Javier Becerra, among others that have announced their intent to run for governor of California. We know that Harris would have entered the race with a significant advantage, including name recognition, a vast network of donors, even though she would have had a little bit of baggage. Talk to us about California on the political chessboard. It seems to me that this is not a race that Democrats can afford to lose, considering the agenda of this current administration. Are you at all concerned that there doesn't seem to be a front runner in this race for California governor?
I wouldn't say I'm concerned, but what I will say is I am in agreement with Kamala that she's willing to sit down at the table and rewrite the book, rewrite a playbook. And so I don't think that all of them need to go to the table. We need to have a discussion. Go in that back room that we do here in the South. We have a back room. And in that back room, we talk about who's going to run, what's going to happen, and how we're going to do this thing. And I think they need to do that in California and show that the Democratic Party is together. We're not going to throw 10 people out there. We're not going to throw 12 people out there. We're going to pick one person, might be two, and we're going to say, hey, go at it in that way. But we need to get a candidate that we all just say, hey, can do the job. They're equipped to do the job. They're experienced to do the job, and that we're all going to get behind. So that's what I'm concerned with. I'm concerned with how we split our party in these different ways, and nobody really has the majority. Is it really the majority if you get 30% over here and somebody gets 28% over here and somebody gets is it really the majority if all these people are running? Let's pick one or two candidates and say, hey, go at it and let the people choose that way.
You concur?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, unlike you, Dr. Nii-Quartelai, I used to live in Los Angeles. You share both coasts, so you understand politics both in the district as well as in California. Me, I'm just learning California politics, but this is what I do know. Like Isaac said, just the Democratic Party as a whole needs to go to that back room, take off those suits, and start to get gangster with it. And strategically start to align to make sure that you take over these states. We are experiencing in politics right now a backwash that no one likes the taste of, especially with this current administration. So in order for us to reclaim our power and our influence in American politics, we've got to do things a little bit different. The Democrats have always been so conservative, so upholding of history, so upholding of tradition. We've got to go in that back room and we have to change that narrative. I don't care where you went to college, whether it was Harvard or Stanford, you've got to get a little bit gangster with your initiatives and your strategies. And I think that he hit it on the head that that's what the state of California has to do because of their influence in this political process. Her being out of the race, I actually think is a good thing because she was over influential in that state. She doesn't need to waste her time exposing herself to liability that would stop her possibly in the future being the next president of the United States of America. Do you understand what I mean? And I think if you look back at Hillary Clinton, when she did serve as a senator, when she did serve in those capacities, it's exposed her in a way that Donald Trump ended up picking it and ended up helping and forcing her to lose the election, correct? Talking about those emails, etc. So I very much believe that what he's saying is true.
So look, there are a number of Democrats that are saying, we need to throw away the playbook of yesterday and write a new playbook.
Yes,
but not sure where Democrats are at with respect to Senator Cory Booker's remarks on the Senate floor yesterday. Senator Booker saying that fellow Democrats are willing to be complicit. The New Jersey Democrat yelled at his colleagues in a rare occurrence on the Senate floor this week, arguing that they're complicit with President Trump and that his party needs a wake-up call. The exchange occurred just yesterday as Senator Catherine Cortez Masto of Nevada, she sought to swiftly move a package of bipartisan bills that would increase resources and funding to police departments and officers. Booker objected to the package and offered an amendment that would require the administration to allocate public safety grants without political bias. This ignited, Senator Cortez Masto to get a little peed off, and she complained that Booker hadn't raised his concern when the bills passed out of the Senate Judiciary Committee, which he sits on, calling it ridiculous in an attempt to kill all of these bills. So part of what I wonder, Isaac, essentially, aren't Republicans offering Democrats potentially a political gift? It seems to me that President Trump and the Republicans may be intent on defunding the police in blue states. And so if that is what they would do in effect, then it seems to me that, why don't Democrats dare them to do it?
I think it's back to what Brother Reynolds said earlier. Democrats are more conservative sometimes than freaking Republicans.
That's right.
We want to be right. We want to be gracious. We want to be gentle and show the American people that sometimes we got to take off these gloves and say, you know what? Well, do it. If you're so big and bad, do it. And when we talk like that, Democrats come out and say, yeah, that's what we want. We want Hakeem Jeffries to keep talking with the language that he talks about. Don't pull back. Keep talking with that strong language. Cory Booker, I would never go against. I think I have Cory Booker. He's right here. Every time he comes to South Carolina, I am in love with Cory Booker because nobody can tell a story like Cory Booker if you've ever heard him speak. So if he's disagreeing with something, if he's calling you out, you've done something that is not up to par. So Democrats need to get in line and start to play the fight, start to do the fight like Republicans are doing. And if they're going to defund police in blue states, I'm like, you dare them to do it. Dare them to do it and see what the uproar is when it comes to Republicans in those suburbs. When we talk about South Carolina, we're talking about Horry County where Myrtle Beach sits. We're talking about Charleston County down there where those Alabama, rich people, where the police isn't going to be policing much down there. So Donald Trump, we dare you to do this where those Republican cities and those Republican counties say, no, Donald Trump, you're wrong on this. So do it.
Al, it seems to me that Democrats have a tendency to over-index in what I like to call getting in your own way. We know that Senator Booker said, quotes, "What I'm tired of is when the president of the United States of America violates the Constitution, trashes our norms and traditions." And what does the Democratic Party do? Comply, allow him, get scraps. Now, I'm not sure if particularly in this moment, there are a lot of folks who would disagree with that. But we also have to be aware of political theater. It's, and we know Senator Booker was up there. He was on the floor and he did that historic filibuster.
Right.
Although it was unclear what legislation
passed
he was filibustering. It's unclear what nominations he was filibustering, but he was up there and he was up there for a long time. Al?
All right. So listen, I got to agree with Isaac again on this one. Cory Booker is a mainstay in politics and we will always respect him. But this new Cory Booker, when I tell you, I'm enjoying every second of this one. He's finally showing teeth, and hallelujah. Let's not pretend, though, like this moment didn't take a body count and a broken system to get here. His outrage was righteous, but his timing to me with the 20 plus hour sit-in is suspect. Now, over 10 years of post-George Floyd, and we still don't have a national police accountability bill. Cory Booker, we need your help. And understand, this is a statistic that everyone needs to understand. Since 2013, over 98% of police killings in the U.S. have resulted to no charges. That can't happen. So Booker's fury is justified, but this performative outburst could have been policy years ago. And we need that Cory Booker to show up every time that he sits in those meetings. That said, I take passionate Bookers over the passive Booker. This passionate Booker, I want more of. He's stepping into his own. He's stepping into his voice, and he's speaking without feeling he's offending. And that's the Booker I like. So just let the action match the audio moving forward, and I think we'll get more done in the Democratic Party.
When we come forward, we're shifting gears. A lot happening in the entertainment world. Shannon Sharpe is out at ESPN. Trump is seriously mulling a pardon for Diddy.
What the hell?
And Republicans are making some headway in their early redistricting effort. Dare I say, their latest iteration of voter suppression. We're going to go beyond these headlines, separate the fact from the fiction when we come forward. You are listening to and streaming A More Perfect Union along with Issac Wilson, Democratic strategist from South Carolina, and our favorite pop culture contributor, Al Reynolds. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.